So so getting into that actually, what would you consider Kaonashi being? Like, what genre exactly?
So we on the record we were with Why Did You Do It? We labeled ourselves as like emo mathcore. I guess like to be really straightforward, I would say progressive hardcore.
Nice.
Like emo mathcore sounds a lot better.
It sounds sexy.
See, emo mathcore sounds like not a lot of bands are in that, so you're the pioneers of that genre. So like I think I probably would stick with that, but I could definitely see the progressive hardcore. I could 100% see that.
I would say the new record is more emo and post-hardcore rather than like actual hardcore at all.
Ooh. Okay. Now I'm interested.
I'm interested. Real quick, to start it all off, thank you so much again, Peo, for everyone who's watching right now. We have Peo from Kaonashi, fucking Philly Stronghold boys. These guys are fucking awesome. Love you guys. I'm so excited to be here too. And also with Jesse James Smith, the one and only Big Boo Bear right here.
What's up?
Fucking hype tonight, guys. Last week we were trying to go live, and unfortunately, we had some technical issues, and here we are now, revamped, ready to go with a little bit of crisp to it.
And an actual revamp, because we're actually talking about this is probably how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like from moving forward, which is actually really sick, and I'm really excited to test this out, and I wouldn't want to test it out with anyone other than Peo.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Big love coming your way, man. Fucking, so what's new in your world right now, man, dude? I know that with COVID going on and all of the world just basically set on fire, a lot of bands are trying to, I guess, take a step back and kind of figure out what their game plan is going to be for this year. So just kind of trying to pick your brain.
So for me personally, I've been doing a lot of session work ever since like COVID. I think now is the best time for all the the unsigned bands, the local bands or whatever, they don't have a platform, so now's the time to build their platform, because now everyone's on a even playing field. So I've been doing tons of session work for like just random people from Andy Reynolds. He's got this industrial goth metal project. It's literally it's hilarious. The whole time it's just disco beat, just
that's me all day,
literally.
And then I have then there's this straight up death metal thing, and it's just been all over the place for me personally. I've also been in the middle of a really weird move.
Oh yeah, you figured that out, right? You
nope.
Remember? No.
No. So right now, I'm staying in Massachusetts for now, but I've been trying to get to Philly. It's just every time I find a spot or something comes up, and one thing after another. So I'm just kind of waiting, stacking my bread and finding my own spot is the plan.
Am I gonna have to come pick your ass up for when we film the actual podcast episode?
You probably. I mean, I'll take the bus down and shit. I have no problem with that.
Bro, I got you. I'm Speed Racer. They look at me like Mach 5, man. I'm the grading system on this shit.
Oh, that'll be a really cool vlog idea.
Oh, we should. Let's go pick up
Peo. Pick up Peo.
Yeah, you can take the bus back. We'll come pick you up.
Take the bus back.
Okay, fuck me, right?
Hey, we're saving you money, all right? Don't look at us like the bad guys. Fuck yeah, smoke break.
So you as a drummer, first we'll kind of get into that one. You as a drummer, what genre of music do you like playing the most? Because we all have one.
Shit. So playing the most, so I'm not really good at it, but I really, really, love pocket, fusion, jazz. And just, soul shit. My go-to warm-up, artist is Sade. I will just groove on Sade for, 30 minutes, and then I will, start writing progressive shit. But I'll just for an hour and have no problem with it. I love that shit.
So it's actually pretty cool, because I was listening to another drummer talk about how he warms up and stuff, and how he practices, and he was talking about writing, doing drum beats and starting to write to genres that aren't his. He
Absolutely.
would do R&B. And for me, I've really loved doing, because I do the YouTube drumming, I really like doing EDM and trap music. So like I'll just put like real hard drum beats to like drum fills and linear stuff to like EDM trap beats, and like I found that every drummer is different with what they like to like just jam on that's not their own.
Not as a drummer. I'm just gonna say it now. I love playing on guitar or bass. I love playing the mariachi or ranchero music.
Dude, that's what's up though.
That's my people's music, baby.
Like, yeah, man. It's like I'll say this. I like hate learning like metal shit or like hardcore stuff. It's like that's all I've ever done like my whole life, and like I'm such an advocate for. It's like, yo, if you hate jazz or you hate rap or you hate EDM, listen to it and play to it and learn it. Even though it'll suck for the first whatever, you might get some appreciation for it, and it's like, and just skill. Like, speaking like that, I'm not like as a kid, I loved techno. In high school, I wrote a 30-minute techno EP using Guitar Pro.
Where can we find that?
Where's the link, baby?
You literally cannot find it. I only burnt it to CDs, and
What's
it was
a
on
CD?
the old computer, like my parents' old, like those box monitor ass computers.
Yeah.
It was on one of those.
The one with the dial-up.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I think, dude, it was Guitar Pro 4, and they're on 7 now. So like that's how long ago it was, and full EP on that shit, and that was it. I stopped there, but like I really want to get into drum and bass. Like I want to start
I love drum and bass, dog.
like a breakbeat drum and bass project so bad, and I'm just trying to find like the right cats to do it, and it's been impossible because like all those type of people are like super jazz heads, and they'll be like, nope, you're a metal guy, fuck you, you're a bad musician. And so I'm like in this limbo where it's like I don't want to be in metal, I want to do this shit, but these people won't accept me because I do metal and hardcore. It sucks.
Well, listen, man, if you ever want to do something experimental, I've been getting into a lot of electronic music recently, so, let's jam sometime, man.
I would fucking love to. Okay, like,
Yeah,
dude,
two
jamming's
drummers.
amazing.
Yeah, I feel like not enough people jam. Yo, fucking, so...
That's so true, though.
Besides all that good drum shit, you know what I mean, kind of like moving forward, I just gotta say it. I'm just gonna come out and say it. That's how you take a hit. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. My bad.
I'll drink to that.
Sorry, as I rudely interrupted you. What were you saying?
Okay, so let's jump into some of the stuff we were talking about before. You know what I mean? Like, as a lot of people know, we were talking about like being a drummer, and you guys are both actually with
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse, yep.
Yeah. So what's it like being a part of the Dark Horse family, and like how would you, I guess, put it for someone else who's trying to get some kind of sponsorship or some kind of like endorsement by them?
By Dark Horse specifically, I mean, I've been with Dark Horse since like 2014, 2015. I've been playing the same drum kit for that long too. And dude, I love it. I text Steve-O probably like every other day. He helps me out a lot. We like talk to each other, but like he came by through that Can't Swim show back in December. And he did like he did all this GoPro shit for me. Like, and then he gave me t-shirts, and he fucking, he redid my snare drum before the show and made it sound good instead of like, a piece of shit because I don't tune my drums well. And yeah, it's just, it's cool because it's, there's not many people. It's literally like Steve-O, his painter, and I think there's like one other cat, right? And so it's cool to be a part of like a small family where, you can talk to the owner and have someone actually care about you, than it being like this corporation conglomerate that's like you're just a fucking fly on the wall that'll probably die soon or something. So it's great to do that. Getting into it, man, is like, I think the first step is like people need to realize you gotta be honest with yourself. That's the biggest thing. Like, I'll say this right now is like every year I just do it out of principle. Every year I apply to Zildjian Cymbals, right? I applied to an endorsement for Zildjian Cymbals, and every year I don't get it. But it's like I'm applying to literally the world's biggest cymbal company of all time. It's literally the oldest business ever. Like,
how old is it?
Dude, it's the oldest business in the United States. They're 1500s? Yeah,
Because they're
old as
making
business.
gongs and shit in like Turkey.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah,
No one told me that.
Zildjian. The word Zildjian actually means cymbal maker.
Yes.
Yeah. So
There's your
where
history
it all
lesson,
came
people.
from. Just some quick Zildjian history because I'm a fucking nerd. So Zildjian came from symbols. Zildjian symbols came from an alchemist in Turkey who was like an indentured servant, like whatever, and it was a Vetus, right, or some shit like that. A Vetus, right, and it was just a Vetus. You were just a Vetus one. That was it. And the fucking king or whatever, the Sultan or some shit. Is that what it is? He gave him the name Zildjian after he had like commissioned him to take metal and make him sound good because he was an alchemist, right? And that's literally where it came from.
Wow.
Is this dude who just fucked with metal all day, just smacking shit together, and was like, oh, that sounds great. There you go.
Can you believe that a few that long ago, a few hundred years ago, someone was just like, let me just slap this shit together real quick, and it just worked.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's like literally exactly how. Like that.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, but yeah. So my advice is like, be super honest with yourself. Like, don't get discouraged if the company says no. It's like, what do you have to offer? It's a business relationship. It's not like you could literally be the fucking shreddiest shredder in the world, and it won't matter if like you only shred in your fucking room and no one sees you. The whole thing is about visibility. It has nothing to do. I mean, it does have something to do with how good you are, but fucking Lars Ulrich sucks at drums.
Facts.
Right? Like, he's awful. One of the world's biggest drummers. Tama, fucking whatever symbols he has. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just all about the visibility. When you go to an endorsement, try it. Don't be ashamed to, or whatever. Fucking don't be scared to try, because you'll always learn something. That's awesome too. But yeah, man, just make sure you know what you're doing. Know that if you're not visible, you probably won't get it. Work harder. With Dark Horse specifically, Steve-O's the man. Shoot him an email. It'll probably help you out.
I feel like that's like some of the best advice I've heard in a while, because a lot of people don't seem to understand that when you're looking for an endorsement, that it is like basically a partnership between two companies, you, yourself, and then the actual company you're trying to get endorsed by. And so making sure you're visible, like Jesse, for example, he has his YouTube channel, he has fitness, working out with music. If you're not trying to build on your brand and your actual audience, I don't see why you should assume that you would get an endorsement.
Yeah, and I remember, so this is how I got it. This is how I wiggled my way in. So in the local scene, because we're in New Jersey, Dark Horse is a Jersey company, I knew there was a band back in the day. I don't even know if any of you remember this band. They were called Beyond Dishonor.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, fun fact,
dude,
I just
Reese?
found... Yeah, yo, fun fact, I just found their Genesis EP in my closet, and I have the CD. I'm bumping it in my car.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, Mike Locke, he was the first Dark Horse kit I played, because he was like, all right, it's fucking too like much to switch out. It was playing a Dingbats, and it was like a big show, and he was like, yeah, it's too much, just play my drum kit. I was like, all right, cool. That's the first time I ever played, and I was like, oh shit, and I figured out that they were a Jersey company. So I remember I was like, all right, well, I want the status of saying I'm endorsed, or I want whatever, and I know they're a local company, therefore that might be a little easier. So, deadass, I don't know if I've ever said this, I bought my kit on eBay from someone in, like, Missouri. And I just had the kit, but I didn't have the snare. And I used the kit in that video. Luckily, that video got views, what you were saying, where, marketability and visibility.
Yeah, what was the video name again?
I did Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
And Steve-O hit me up. This is when Steve-O was just artist relations. And he was just like, yo, dude, I noticed you don't have a Dark Horse snare. Let's get you a snare. I was like, done. And since then, even when I stopped, Steve-O's been in my phone. He's been talking to me throughout it all. And then when I came back, he was the first one to know. He was like, yup, I got you. Let's do this. And then, like you, I probably talk to Steve-O. I talk to Steve-O like once every week, especially because he's making my drums right now.
That's that's what we're talking about right now too. Is
shout out Steve-O.
trying to figure out the numbers of my new kit.
What do you want? Okay, so like there's what drummers want. and then there's what drummers are about to get, and that has to do with budgeting. But what are you getting? What are you guys talking about? Like, what's your kit?
So we have been talking about this kit for over a year, and I'll be pretty honest. I've been stubborn about this is what I want, and I'm not like saying otherwise. So it's 24, not 22. It's 24-20, two kick drums, two 24-20 kick drums.
Wait, 24-20?
Yeah. I'm
getting. That's what my old one was, dude. Don't let him talk you out of it. That is one of my favorite kick drums. The only reason I'm downsizing to 22-20 is for it to fit in my car. It's the only reason.
Right now I have a 24-22. So he talked me down to making it 24-20 instead of a 24-22.
Oh, yes.
You guys and your wish lists are hilarious. I love this so much. You know what? Listen, what you guys need to do is write down what your dream kit is, and we have to post it in the description of the video and tell people to order it and deliver it to you guys.
I'll totally do that. I'll totally do that.
Absolutely. Dude.
Listen, I want to pick up the pace a little bit real quick. I think that was a really interesting point. You both kind of like shed a little bit of light on that, was that you just wanted the endorsement because there was a certain look to it and a certain feeling that you got knowing that you were associated with someone. And it kind of leads me back to a conversation we had earlier where it's like being from the area and being signed to Equal Vision, what is it like now? You know what I mean? It's so fresh still, and like for you guys, how do you feel being in this position?
I feel great. You know, it's I do appreciate, and I'm like super grateful for it, because I always think about it's like, I did all this hard work and all, but not many people get to be in my position, and so I'm super 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 grateful for it and all that shit. Honestly, things just get kind of harder in the sense is like when you sign and shit, like when on the business side of everything, it's like, oh no, there's just more business, So
yeah, just
people get these.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just as like a reminder to everyone listening, we were saying this earlier. Yep. The reminder is that being signed with a label, there's a lot of resources they have, but don't think of it anything more than, it is just like a bank kind of giving you a loan, and they're looking at it as an equal opportunity, beneficial relationship where they're like, hey, you're popping, I want to invest in you, and it's just kind of all negotiating from that point. So you were saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Like just like the endorsement, as we were saying, is like, bro, like a record label is not going to approach you unless they think and I'm pretty sure that they're going to make money off of you. They're like, it's very rare that a record label will come out and be like, I'm just going to guess, Yeah. Like, they don't let that shit happen. So, like, and also another big thing to realize is that nowadays, like, with our genre, there's not a lot of money in our scene, right, as there used to be. So, a label doesn't... People got this idea that when you sign, it's like, oh, that's it, it's over, like... The label comes in and they do everything for you, right? No, like the label doesn't have a booking agent, agency. Like the label doesn't have management. They've got PR, which is tight. We actually were working with the PR company for EVR prior to EVR, so that kind of helped with the relationship. But yeah, it's still you still got to work super hard and you still got to do it yourself. There's still tons of shit that you have to work on. The label isn't like the end all be all. Once you sign, it's like you're gonna immediately get fucking arena tours with Iron Maiden. Which
would be sick. I love Iron Maiden. It would be
sick, but you gotta climb. You still gotta climb.
Yeah. They're not a platform that you just are gonna become successful on. They're just, if anything, they're just another set of tools for your arsenal, so you can use them to further your career.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And do you think you need to work harder now? Do you feel like you and like the Kaonashi boys, do you feel like you guys are working harder now than when you were a local band?
So it's weird. I think I work harder in different spots now. I don't think it's, and I'm not working harder. I think I'm just working more. We all practice a whole bunch more and like we're trying to develop ourselves. There's definitely it's definitely a lot of pressure because it's like, if you think it's that kind of like complacency. If you're like going up, like, right, and you just stop caring, your art and everything's gonna suffer, and then people will stop caring about you. Like, there's always that expectation to like step yourself up, even though people aren't putting it there, I guess, like, forwardly, but, like, I know it's on my back that's like, yo, this next t-shirt design has to be cooler than the last one. This next single has to be heavier, catchier, whatever than the last. And I feel like there is a ton of pressure once you sign, even though we're the same people. You know, it's same people, but just more pressure.
Which is funny because people treat you like things have changed overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier. It's like, so that story was like, there was this kid I was on the phone with, and literally after we had announced that we signed, the day after, he was like, "Hey man, sorry to bother you," and it's like, I'm still the same ass dude. You know, like we're literally just fucking musicians, man. We just want to play music. We all have jobs. We all, like, do whatever, just like any normal person. And it's weird that, like, yeah, people think it's like, oh, you're signed now. And it's like, motherfucker, I've been signed for 6 months. You just didn't know.
Yeah.
Like,
it's been half a year and you didn't even know. So why does it matter?
Exactly. Like, you had no idea. So do you think shit has actually changed? Not at all. Like,
yeah, and sorry, I'm just with you on this right now. I just
it's cool though, but that goes back to the point where it's like, people think a label's like this end all be all thing. Like, you know, like you're in the big time once you signed, and it's like, do you think the label is gonna do everything for you? And it's this incredible thing, which it is. It is incredible. I'm not gonna say that it's not, because I'm very fortunate and grateful for the opportunity that Dan and everyone at EBR and Buddy has given me. And the rest of the guys. But yeah, dude, it's not, I don't know, man, I'm the same dude. It's like if I walked through a door and now everyone's like, oh, that's that guy. And like last week, it's like, what's up, homie, you know? It's weird. But I love it. And people get this wrong idea of labels and what they do. And I think that, like, labels don't kind of talk about it because they like that mysteriousness of, like, you know, being wanted and being like this crazy extra, it's not tangible. Intangible? I don't know. I need to stop that.
Tangible, you're right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
well,
I can just keep going on. Yeah, I can keep going. But
I think it's like just like important though to understand that, because like I know all of us here talking about this kind of stuff coming from, like, we were all 16 at some point. We were all in bands trying to just like reach our goal of being signed to like Rise Records or like Equavision, and you know what I mean? And like the older you get, the wiser you get to understanding that you got to stop looking at things as an end all be all, that if you have a true passion or dream, you can't put a roof on it, but just other objectives on the way there to help you grow. And I feel like that's an important way for us to look at things. It's like understanding that a label isn't this big fucking thing, but just another set of tools for you is a great way to change your perspective on things. Because as soon as you can change your perspective, you take away all of these things like entitlement and just like I guess like instant gratification of like just being like, oh, well, now that I've signed, I can just fucking quit my day job, when it's not the case. And you know just as good as anyone else that you need to work, if anything, twice as hard, because you are now having someone invest in your business.
Exactly. Like there's someone, you know, the head honcho was like, yep, here you go, here's money, give me a good record. It's like, shit, like I wouldn't give a fuck if it was my money, you know what I mean? I'll do whatever I want. But
someone else's money.
Someone else's money, man. That's crazy. Like, it's also a really crazy feeling to have that person be like, to have someone just be like, I want to give this to you because I think you're great. And I'm like, that's a cool feeling. But
yeah.
I always like to compare like signing to a record label. So when I was in school and I was like a kid and shit, I think it was middle school. Yeah. Have you ever been to Disney World and shit?
I'm poor.
Yeah, no, I haven't, but I can imagine when
it was a joke. Yeah, no, I've never been there.
No, trust me, I'm poor too. I've only been to Disney World one time, and it was because of marching band.
Oh, shit. Okay, sick.
Yeah, so I got to go because of marching band, and bro, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade. And, you know, as a kid, it's like, I'd never been to Disney World, so I was like, fuck yeah, man, this is like, it's magical, huh? And then, for the parade, the whole reason why we're there for the big old parade with all the fireworks at the fucking Epcot or some shit like that.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't think it was Epcot. I don't know
what it is.
I can't remember.
You were there for the thing to do the The drum.
Yeah, the pop.
Yeah, I was there to drum, but that's beside the point. So what I compare it to is like when we were going to the parade, they took you behind scenes. Like I'm a fucking like 13, 12-year-old kid, and I am seeing all the magic disappear and rip away from me, right?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like, well, it's just like that, like the idea of like what Disney World actually is, because you don't see the fucking trailer parks, the acres of trailer parks housing all the actors and all the maintenance and all these people. Bro, I straight up, like, as a 13 kid, I saw this dude, like, it was classic. He had the other half of the Goofy suit, and he's just on his trailer porch chugging a beer off his shift, bro. And I was like, this is literally, like, the most classic thing ever. And I always compare being in a label like that. You see the dark side of it, and you're like, oh, it's actually just all fucking smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. Which is basically almost everything in entertainment anyway.
Absolutely. Like, things aren't as big as they are. Things aren't always as real as they are. Mm-hmm. Always, no matter what. Someone's probably lying to you whenever they're saying some shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I've learned, that Disney experience. I always relate it. It's like, bro, you're just going behind the scenes at Disney World. That's all the record label is. And I'm really fortunate for that experience as a kid, because
that's cool, though.
It kind of got me jaded a little too early, though.
Yeah, bro, I don't mind being jaded. I feel like when I was younger and people would be like, oh, be careful because you're just going to end up jaded. They made it seem like such a bad thing, and like I understand what they mean by it, but I feel like it's just like wisdom and knowledge that I've gained along the route, you know what I mean? Like now I know what I'm putting my time into, now I understand how certain things might work. And I think it's important, you know what I mean, to just be more precautious when doing any of these things anyway.
Yeah, I think like it's better to be jaded than to be cynical.
Ooh, that's a good. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's the way I like to look at it.
We're gonna clip that one.
Yeah, clip. But yo, on some real shit, on some MTV. What's that magazine that TRL on some TRL? No, is it TRL?
Well, that's
TRL's not a magazine.
TMZ, not TMZ.
TMZ.
No, what's either way on some TMZ shit. Curious. What the fuck's up? What do you want to do about all this shit with alternative press right now? Fucking, let's just dive right into it, man, because this is for me to see someone like alternative press do what they did and then just stay silent after you guys called them out. I think it's crazy, and I think it's time that people really start bringing attention to this. And for those of you who are listening right now, I'll let Payo kind of just describe like the whole thing.
Yeah, so First things first, fuck alt press. Like, absolutely fuck them. Fuck their whole publication. They're scumbags, and they can just fucking rot. So where I am with that is, me and Peter, so like, we were talking about this before, but like, me and Peter, we like really, you know, we love like the culture and like the little things when it comes to this music scene, like the poster you get out of AP every month, or the fucking little article. Like, we always dreamed of being in this magazine as kids, and growing up and being in bands and working super hard.
Everyone did, that was like a goal.
I had a subscription when I was younger, like for 2 years. Like I had
exactly. Like, I think every kid in the scene, no matter even if it was like a hardcore band or a metal band, you still were like, damn, it'd be kind of fucking tight to be an alt press, you know?
Yeah.
And so we've always wanted to do that, and there's been plenty. We've been working with like a PR agency, like legitimate ass people who work with legitimate bands that are way bigger than us. And so we've been pitched to AP fucking
a handful
5 or 6 times
or
something like that. And they not only do they pass, but they'll flat out ignore it. They'll answer it way past like the date that was like asked to, like, here's the release date, or whatever, right? And then they'll answer the email after the fucking date. So it's like, so you really don't care, and you must not like my music. Fuck you for using my band and using Peter. Like, you're literally being a racist fucking piece of shit by including Kaonashi strictly for the fact that Peter's black, but you wouldn't fucking put us on when we needed to release music videos or an album or whatever. Dude, shit, before we even got the PR, I was doing the PR for my band. I was like the publicist. and I would email all these fucking people and asking them to do like a feature for us. Like, I know that, dude, the Noise has always had us, and like,
shout out the Noise.
There's like so many other publications that it's like, I don't even fucking care, because Kaonashi fans are gonna find, you know, the right publications, and they're gonna see when this shit comes out, and that's what matters to me more. I don't give a fuck about anyone else at this point.
Yeah,
like,
but I feel like dude, this resonates a lot with me, and I feel you on that, because like basically, to put in perspective for everyone, what happened was Alternative Press put out an article saying, what was it, 20 bands?
Yeah, so it was 20 black fronted bands.
Black fronted bands.
It's just like they didn't speak up about nothing. They didn't show that they donated to like any charity, but they're gonna use black people for ad revenue for their fucking company.
They're gonna use They're going to use identity politics, bro, to take over on this, because since the BLM movement's in full swing, they want to now turn around, look at all of the bands who have minorities in it, and now use it as a way to get fucking views on their shit, even though they didn't want to give you a fucking hand in the first place.
For real, and did they even ask you to use Kaonashi?
Bro, I didn't... Dude, our publicist fucking... I saw the article, right? I didn't even think we were in it. And then my publicist texted me and be like, hey, I guess this is cool, and sent it to me, so I sent it to Peter. Bro, fuck that article anyway, because they... Dude, on the picture, initially, it's not there anymore. They had Jeff, the old vocalist of Bloodbather. They posted Bloodbather and had Jeff's picture, right? Jeff hasn't been in the band for almost like a fucking year, maybe more, right? So, not doing research, clearly just pandering.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff goes out and says, I'm not in this fucking band, you stupid fucking idiots, fuck you. Put Salem, the guitarist, or one of the other dudes in the band, because I'm pretty sure they're all black, or, you know, some, like, Hispanic, mixed, whatever the fuck, not white, right? What do? They don't do what Jeff asked, they put Aaron from Jesus Piece. It's like, so, not only did you, like, insult this kid, and you're trying to use his face and image because he's black, and then he tells you you're wrong and tells you what you should have done, you ignore him? Yeah. You don't listen to him? You don't care. Alternative Press does not care. They're lying.
Yeah,
and it's fucked up. And so, and then basically me and Peter, I sent him the article, and we just talked about it, and we were just like, yeah, whatever. And then Alexa, fucking our publicist, you know, was like, yeah, that's, you know, it's so cool that they did this and didn't even tell me, and, you know, denied you guys 5 times prior. And that's just like fucking, you know, that just stirred the pot for me. And so I wrote up that tweet saying, fuck alt press, you pandering ass losers, because that's what you are. And that's really the story, man. It's like, you're on some racist shit if you're just posting 20 black-fronted bands that you need to see and listen to. Bro, fuck you. You never cared. When is like the last time you had a black man or a black woman, black person on the front of AP?
Yeah, and not even just that. I feel like it's more important to understand that this is a much deeper rooted problem within the music industry, where if people like AP aren't being, if there aren't repercussions, you know what I mean? If there isn't some way for them to be taught, like, hey, you fucked up. And I'm not saying like cancel or do any of that shit, but it's like acknowledge what the fuck you did. You know what I mean? Because there's so many other people who are getting publicity or exposure from AP, and for them to see such blatant racism happen in front of them, and and I feel like not anyone really said anything. Like after you called them out, after the amount of people coming out of the woodworks and being like, yo, what the fuck is this, and everyone just ignoring it, that's like a real issue there, and people don't want to look at it because it's like the music scene and it's like close to home, and like people don't want to accept that there's shit going on within their own community sometimes.
No, absolutely. It's like, dude, I was like absolutely floored how like popular that tweet got, and for alt press literally to not even like send us an apology or like, you know, just like a message being like, hey, I didn't know this, I'm willing to learn, or whatever. And it just, dude, that's
it's because they think
another slap in the face that you didn't, dude. That shit has like what 7,000 likes and shares or whatever the fuck, and I know those motherfuckers saw it. You know, that's something you can't ignore, and you didn't have the decency, not you, but alt press didn't have the decency to just fucking say sorry.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, that's the problem. Unreal. Exactly. That's the problem, bro. That shit gets me so tight. I'm gonna need another beer. Y'all
Go
got
get
me.
another
Y'all
beer.
got me going now.
I know.
Let's go.
Yeah, get another one real quick. Let's take. You want to get another one real quick?
Mhm.
Everything good, Pa?
Fucking cheers, guy.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
I want to be in the cheers. Re-cheers.
All right, ready? Re-cheers. Bam.
Chug check. Quick chug check. For all the viewers home, when you hear us say chug check, please take a chug and in support to show solidarity.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, man. So it's still fuck AP. It hurts, but fuck AP. There's so many cooler publications. The noise, shut out the noise.
Yeah, and I think it's time for a lot of these things to kind of just get rooted out. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I think if you're gonna want to take measures of removing statues from your own community, you should have no issue boycotting AP and going forward to do something to send them a fucking some kind of fucking message to let them know, like, hey, what you did is fucked up, and it's even more fucked up that now you're publicly being called out about it and you refuse to acknowledge it. And not even just that, you're fucking sloppy. You know what I mean? I don't have anything to fucking worry about because it's not like they're ever gonna work with me. And the point I'm getting at by sloppy is they, like you said, they couldn't do the research to look into what they were putting out, and they couldn't take the 2 seconds to just say one fucking word. Sorry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They use the whole racism thing as a clickbait.
Yeah.
Which is like fucked.
Yeah, like, dude, every time someone clicks on that fucking link, they receive money. Bro, the right thing they should have done is all that ad revenue that they got on it, they should have paid it out to all the bands equally. Right?
And if not to the bands, then at least to some kind of thing that could be agreed upon, which is whether it's
A
a bail
donation
fund
to a
or
charity.
something to be
Donation,
on
a
any-
charity,
Yeah.
There's so many things they could have done, and ready? Here's the bag. Here, like, ready? Oh, that's them. They just they dropped the bag, bro. Fuck them, bro.
I think it went in their pockets. I think that's where the bag went. Yeah.
Well, they were just like, yeah.
No, yeah,
But, yeah.
I think it's crazy, man. I think it's absurd because like it's really time for change within the music community, within your own local scene, and I think it's really interesting to see how our community, our culture, especially on the northeastern coast, is kind of transforming. So when we go back into shows in 2021, I'm wondering what it's going to be like, you know what I mean? Kind of moving forward into different segments now. It's just like, what is going to happen now when we come back full swing?
I don't know, but we're starting to see. We're in the very, very early stages of it where there's some shows being talked about. So like I know of a band on like Facebook from Texas who just booked like a Texas tour for like later in July. Like it's like a 9-day around Texas tour with like 3 other bands.
Yeah.
So like,
Is that the one that they were kind of getting flamed for that?
I have no idea.
What's your take on it, man? Do you think,
Yo.
what's your take on all of that?
So my take on this shit is that it's like, okay, my family got COVID, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people I know got that shit. That shit is real. Like, stop fucking. Yeah. Oh, it's just a fucking. It's like a hard cold or whatever, bro. I don't think people truly understand what respiratory diseases do. It's a degrading disease in the sense of that it takes time. Like, if you get sick with this shit, you might feel fine, bro. Like, in 3 years, your lungs are actually smoked. You know? Your lungs are fucked from this disease, from this illness. And something's gonna happen, and no one knows. Like, you know that popcorn lung shit, right? No one knows about vaping that much. It's only been around for less than a decade, or about a decade.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, coronavirus is so brand new, and there's this article that, Alex, my guitarist, shared with us. It's this trumpet player. He got it, survived. He was like, oh, it wasn't even that bad. Trumpet player can no longer play trumpet anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah, because of the SARS-2 COVID, right?
Something like
Because
that.
it's a fucking respiratory disease. It takes a while, and it will continue to fuck you up.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are like, oh, it's over. It's like, no, that shit's still in you, bro. Like, it's still gonna fuck you up. Dude, why are we touring? I'm cool with, like, it's really cool to see those, like how Dave Chappelle did that, fucking, like, there's, like, the few people out and stuff. I'm cool with that shit.
Question.
What's up?
How was Blockwest or East?
Bro,
or-
that shit, That was awesome. I had so much fun with that.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that some more?
Yeah, can you explain like how you did that? How did Kaonashi do that? Like, was that pre-recorded or was that live?
So it's pre-recorded, but it was like, so a lot of artists on that, they would just use old sets from whatever, the tours. We actually went ahead and recorded a set by ourselves. Like, so I was up in Maine and recorded my drums, and we recorded it like a fucking live set.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were like, all right, I'm gonna punch in the drums here at this moment. It was, nope, if this drum track sucks, and we're using it. Like, I wanted it to be genuine about it.
Yeah.
And dude, Peter recorded the vocals literally outside in his yard. He had his friend, so he has this huge fence, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch what was that fucking Home Improvement?
Yeah.
You ever with the guy with the fucking fence?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Peter has his fence, and he had his kid come over with his laptop and an interface, and he threw the mic over the fence, and that's how they recorded.
No way.
Dead ass.
Dead ass?
Dude, ask Peter. Like, literally, that's how we recorded the vocals for the Minecraft set.
So,
I don't want to hear any more
like,
excuses from anybody.
Just for make it raw?
Or that's all he had, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, I didn't want to, like, I would feel weird if I just took an old set and was like, here you go, people. Like, an old set that's already available, already recorded. Like, just because you heard it through Minecraft doesn't make it cooler. First of all, Kaonashi wants to do everything special almost every time. Okay. Like, when we tour, we don't play the same set every night. Like, we will, if, like, say we're playing a show that's, like, a lot of heavier people, or, like, heavier bands. Heavier people. Heavier bands. Yeah. Heavier bands. It's like, okay, we're going to switch up the set. Like, we'll play stuff off of Native, and we'll play stuff off of, whatever. But if it's, like, a proggy, lighter show, it's going to be coffee and conversation, flow, all the nice, pretty stuff.
Nice.
And so,
Smart.
We wanted to have a special set for this clearly, like, special thing. Fucking Block by Blockwest was super cool. I Found No Peace. I can't fucking know. I'm kind of drunk, I'll be honest. But I know we did I Found No Peace because that was the first song of the set. But yeah, no, it's just, we always want to do something special, especially for the people that deserve it. We always want to give back in any way possible. So we recorded a whole brand new set for that.
That's sick.
I love
and
that.
we were the Wicked Funny the first time, so it got like canceled and shit, right? Because they didn't have servers that were powerful enough.
Yeah.
And August like fucked it up somehow. He like jumped the barrier and like was like building dirt towers and fucking it up, and it was wicked fucking funny. And then when it actually happened, we just were on the festival the whole time, so we would just randomly jump into people's sets and just fuck around on stage while they are there. Like, dude, if you go look at the Knocked Loose Minecraft set, you can literally see all of us just jumping around on stage. You can also see it, and movements too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I remember when you guys played, because we watched.
Oh, we did watch.
I remember we were about to record a J&J or something, and we were all hanging out. We're like, all right, we got to make sure to catch Kaonashi's set, and we did. So you guys were actually one of the only sets we actually watched, and it was sick. It was sick as hell.
Yeah,
dude, it was so cool, dude. I was like very surprised, dude. There was kids coming out with they made their own blue hoodie outfit themselves.
I saw it.
And then they started sharing it with like the Discord. They were like, hey, if you want it, here it is. And I was like, dude, that's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And
We
that's just
noticed
like
that too.
that's what Kaonashi community is about, bro. Is like, dude, that shit is so cool. I love that shit. But yeah, no, that Block by Blockwest is a really cool idea, and
shout out to Curry
I had a
Club.
blast. Shout out to Curry Club. Big facts. They held it down. That shit is dope. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that was sick.
So, another thing that I was wondering is, when you say you want to make everything special, Kaonashi, we talked about it earlier. What's the representation of the dog that keeps popping up?
Oh my god. Okay. It's not a dog that keeps popping up apparently. There's, I don't know. Y'all just came up with that shit on your own. Which is funny because we usually put like little Easter eggs for everyone to like just to search, and that is not something that we thought of at all. Like,
that was an accidental Easter egg.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So on the recent post that it has like all. Oh wait, where is it?
We're gonna drop it in this one when we edit it. We're gonna make sure it pops up on the screen, right, Mikey?
Yeah. Yeah. You make sure you get that picture of Jaden though, because Jaden's a dog.
Okay, we're gonna make sure Jaden the dog.
No, Jaden's not the dog. Jaden's the dude with the cowboy hat and the Budweiser.
Oh,
that's Jaden. That's he plays in Fever War.
Oh, okay, I got you now.
Homie, but the dog, put the dog in there. That's Reggie. That's my dog, and he's wonderful. And y'all better love him.
Yeah, love for Heart reacts in the comments below for the doggy, please.
Yeah, comment hearts for Reggie.
Comment, like, and subscribe for dogs.
For Reggie.
For Reggie the dog. What was I gonna say? That's fantastic.
That's sick.
So let's go down a little bit of memory lane right now. Let's go down some festivals this past year that you had a great time at. Let's talk about This Is Hardcore.
Okay, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say I had a great time, but I don't think I've ever been more stressed out in my entire life.
Why is that?
Explain.
Yeah.
Okay, multiple reasons. For probably first and probably only time that we will ever play This Is Hardcore.
Why is that?
Why? I don't know.
It's a good question, right?
I think it was like one of those things like we had our statement. Not a lot of bands come back and repeat. It's very, very rare that happens. But I just, we came, we did our thing and let people know who we are, and that was it. I don't think we need to be on it again. But it was fuck, dude. So that's the day that we announced that we were signing to Equal Vision. Like, this is the day that me and Peter have literally been looking forward to for the past 15 years of our lives. So that's fucking nerve-wracking. And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, Hate56 is filming it, and he's doing a whole audio board thing, so I have to play super fucking well. Dude, I remember that whole day so vividly. We were told that load-in was at 9, and silly me, I thought it was like, oh yeah, let's be super professional, let's be there right on time. And we get there for like 8:45. There's only one other band there, and it saves the day. And then dude, it took like
Saves the Day is the only band there with you guys.
Literally Saves the Day was the only other band that was there besides us. And so we were just hanging out. They were like, yeah, you can load in if you want. I was like, well, it's load-in time. But it was like, bro, it's just on hardcore time. Like, dude, I don't think the next band showed up till like 10 or something, So
hardcore time.
Yeah, man, it's cool like that. I love that shit. I love that shit. But it's scary, man.
That's just festival time, though, bro. That's the festival game.
True, but like, yeah, but it's like, we don't fit This Is Hardcore. I'll be like real. Like we do for the sense that we embody what that shit is. But if you want to be, I wear Air Maxes and I have my sling bag and I'm the fucking man, hardcore kid, we're not cool to you.
Facts.
Like,
why aren't you guys cool to them?
I don't know, because we're emo. Because we are not like super fucking like hard ass dickheads for some. I don't know. Like there's like, these cats that think that it's like they're like tougher or cooler than us because they listen to Backtrack or some shit, and that shit gets me so like I'm like, dude, who the fuck do you think you're talking to right now? That shit gets me tight, and it's like I don't know why we're not cool to you. I don't give a fuck. But it's like, it's so obvious. Like, I see the people, it's like, oh, you're in that band? Like, what? Yeah, I'm in that band,
what
bro.
Does that even mean?
Like, bro, I've been going to hardcore shows definitely longer than most of you motherfuckers. Like, bro, I've been going to hardcore shows since I was in high school. It's not like I'm not a hardcore kid.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And so, but you're not, but you.
But since you don't got those Air Maxes on, yeah.
Exactly, bro. I wear fucking stupid ass shoes and short shorts and like.
Have
all
a
that shit
and all that shit, yeah.
Yeah, dude, and like it's because we don't look like them. It's literally that's all it is. We don't look like them. We don't play shit like, dude. I literally I saw this comment, because some fucking person was upset that we did something, some fucking hardcore dude, and someone in the comments said, you can't even like bang your head to their music. It was like, you can't even keep time. And I was like, that's the fucking point, dumbass. Like, it's the point.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to. Like, that's the challenge. That's the skill. Can you? If you can, then guess what? You fucking, you got rhythm.
Yeah,
you can't, you don't got rhythm.
You got soul, baby.
Yo,
that's
so
the
funny.
point, bro.
That's literally the math in math court. Try to figure it out.
Yeah, have a good one. Sway, baby, sway. Fucking. All
Yeah.
right. Listen, I feel you on that. So let's go down. Let's go down a little bit further, baby. Let me hear you right now. Give me your favorite moment at Electric Halloween, because you guys are consecutive back-to-back year goers now and performing.
Man, okay, so there's a lot.
Year 1 and year 2. Tell me what you think.
Okay, so year 1, I think my favorite. I guess my favorite thing about Halloween was like year 1 was just like seeing all my friends, but then seeing all my friends like as the night goes on, you walk away from them, you see them in 2 hours, and they're progressively like fucked up, and it just gets worse. It's not even, dude. It's better when it's like, oh, they're sober, oh, they're floored, like they're just.
Dude, that's literally how it is at Electric Halloween. That is the only 2 states of being.
Yeah, I think it's great, bro, because like honestly, if it's someone like me, I'm running around sweating bullets, trying to make sure shit's running, not fucked up. And that is one of my favorite parts too, is because I know my friends are in a safe environment where they're just getting floored and they're just hanging out, listening. If you're a hippie kid listening to metal music, you're going down memory lane, vice versa. If you're if you're a metal kid and you're listening to jam bands, you're like, bro, I remember Led Zeppelin or some shit like that. I remember yeah, like it's great.
There was this one of my. I think it was year 1. So that's also another thing is I definitely have already, even though this was like less than 8 months ago, I've already melted the 2. But I think it was year 1. There was this band called Medusa's Disco.
Yeah, it was the first one you guys played, Medusa's Disco.
Dude, that band fucking killed it that day. Like that was one of my favorite bands of the night. I think the funniest thing was we were talking earlier was like, the fucking dude with the 2 pallets in the PA system in the middle of the night telling the same shitty jokes, bro. That shit got me so fucking pissed.
For people who don't know, there was a man at Electric Halloween who stole 2 pallets from one of our platforms, brought it to the middle of a field, parked his car with a small stereo and speaker and a mic, same shit, whatever, and started making the same jokes for several hours straight. And dude, it was brutal. It was so brutal. And you can't blame the guy because he was going to prison like the next day.
Dude, literally, the van was parked right next to it, and well, not right next to it, but like I would say I could throw a rock at it.
You were right there.
I was right there, and
you should have.
Dude, I should have just fucking and. He labeled it and everything. He got a sign. It was like, comedy stage. So I thought it was an actual thing. And then people would just get up and, like, try to do comedy. And I was just kind of really fucked up just listening to people try to tell jokes.
Looks are deceiving, baby. I didn't allow that stage. Someone was just ballsy enough. When it was about 6 o'clock, someone came up to me on the first night. And they were like, someone made a stage in the middle of the field. And I was like, impressive.
Yo, that's such a Kevin Lyman punk rock shit of you to do. Just be like, someone made a stage like in your festival. Is it good? Or like, impressive. Okay, let's go see.
Yeah, let it go.
Maybe I'll let you keep this.
Yeah, on the radio. You know what? Let's do this.
Yeah, on the radio, we kept calling it on the radio throughout the weekend. We kept calling it the Rogue Stage. Just because,
my God.
Yeah, because it was so fucking. Yo, listen, I'm just happy to know that we're finally able to talk like this. We definitely got to get some shit going on a podcast in the near future. I still got to send you guys the info for
1,000%.
Absolutely. I love doing this shit. It's always so fun just chatting and having a good time. Oh.
I was burping.
You good?
I'm burping.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, what's going on?
Once again, let's remind people right now, what's the newest thing that you guys re-put out recently as a little promo thing? The one title that I couldn't figure out the meaning behind.
Oh, shit. Okay, so, well, actually, I can just say this now. I'll throw some shit out. So, a couple weeks back, we did a raffle for the test press of Why Did You Do It? And, I'll talk about this real quick. We said we were going to donate our money to the Minnesota Freedom Fund. but the Minnesota Freedom Fund had stated that we should donate our money elsewhere. So we donated to Black Lives Matter Philly. And then we had, we released a song called, it's called "Oh Ear or Ailing Lawlessly or Give Me."
Say that 3 times fast right now.
You can't.
Oh, God,
Come on, just try. Just try.
There's no way you can.
Every
Or
time you
ear
fall-
ailing lawlessly or give me or ear I can't do it.
Take a check.
I knew you couldn't because I didn't even hear what the fuck you said.
"Oh ear or ailing lawlessly or give me." That's what it's called. And anyway, released that song. If people didn't realize, if you watched the This Is Hardcore set, it is the last song that we played at This Is Hardcore.
Nice.
We released that and we sold it for Name Your Price. I think it was $1 in Name Your Price or whatever. And we said we were going to donate to the Philly Bail Fund, but they also said that we should donate somewhere else. So we donated to the National Center for Transgender Equality.
Sick.
Nice.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. So that's. I loved what you guys did. Whose face did you use for that?
I don't. That was Peter's. Like, so there's this like graphic designer dude that we work with who's fucking awesome. Peter does all that stuff. I don't know. He just like he likes to do this thing where he will like sit on artwork for months. And then he's like, "Yeah, I dropped it in the group chat to surprise you all." Like, he just did it before this call on a new long sleeve that is actually very sick. I'm stoked on it. But yeah, he was like, "Yeah, this is the artwork," and just dropped it. And I was like, "Who's that?" And he was just like, "I don't know." Okay, it's cool.
I liked it. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and it, it fits. It goes with the story, and everything. But what I did want to say is that keep your eyes and ears open for Monday and Tuesday. Whenever. Well, when is this being released?
When is this being released? Probably Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Wait, like,
Okay,
like this Sunday, as in like
Yeah, like this
2
Sunday.
days?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2 days? Okay,
Sunday.
word, then perfect. Because I was going to say, so then, if you're listening this today, then that means tomorrow and Tuesday, look at Spotify. Look at whatever those streaming shits. You'll get some treats.
I like treats, baby. That's nice. I'm excited for that. You guys are, without a doubt, one of my favorite groups in the area, and dude. You know what? And it's not just the music; it's also like the shape of your character. I feel like you guys really know how to carry yourselves throughout society and the situations you get put in. And I know, like, being a band in your position, it's hard to do so many things. And so to know that we get a chance to work with you, man, like, for me that means a lot, because all we've ever wanted to do on this platform is just lift each other up and give somebody a chance to get their message out there. And whether that's you guys talking about your music or pointing out racial inequalities and people taking advantage on other platforms, whatever the fuck it is, we want to be here to support you guys in that. And so for us, this is like, we're really thankful to know that we can do this with each other.
Yeah, and, definitely thank you for taking the time and, chit-chatting and drinking with us.
Yo, absolutely. Like, there's a big philosophy with Kaonashi, and it's like, I see a lot of bands that don't do this. It's like, you have to give back to the community. If I was a fucking, I worked whatever, you still got to give back to the community. If it's metal or if it's your actual neighborhood, like, bro, I can't tell you how many times, like, a band that I've helped out never helped me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that shit is just whack, and I hate when people do that. So it's like, Kaonashi tries to make it a thing. It's like, yo, we're for the weirdos, we're for the people. Like, we're gonna always give back. We're not above anyone. Yeah. And that's the whole point.
I heard that I remember, like, we've had conversations about this ever since we've met, and I feel like that's always been, like, a reason why I always brought you guys back to Electric Halloween. It's because right in our description, there's a sentence where I say, this is the time of year where you are celebrated for your oddities, and people, it's basically just me pointing out, like, all the fucking weirdos and freaks. No one gives two shits about you until it's your time of the year, and that's Halloween, baby. And, like, I think it's important to to celebrate, I guess, each other for what we have going on. We're all different, and we should be celebrated for it and not picked on for it.
Absolutely.
And that's why I fuck with you guys, dude.
That's why I love fucking dude. I really appreciate everything you've done for me, Jose. I really appreciate you like asking me to come on because I don't know, shit.
We're basically like best friends without ever getting to hang out.
Bro, we have to hang out now though. Like,
yeah, we will when me and Jesse come pick you up to do the
100%.
fucking vlog across country.
Well, it's
yo, you're not even picking me up, bro. Because I remember you said that you got a room for rent, so I think you're just picking me up to move, bro. What's up?
I'm gonna put you in the house. That's a trap, bro.
Yeah, and I've actually already talked to Steve because Steve brought it up to me and was like, "Yo, me, you, and Peo should like go up and get lunch in like New Brunswick or some bullshit, wherever the fuck he is." Because when I joined my band now, he was like, "Yo, you and Kaonashi should like get together and like just let's go fucking get lunch." So I think I'm gonna talk to Steve about me, you, and Steve just going to get fucking lunch.
Bro, we not only should we do that, but we should also like before lunch, we should do a shed sesh.
Done. I'm in.
Like kit to kit, bro. Let's do the damn thing, and we'll have Steve-O film it.
I'm done. I'm in. Yo, let's get this. I'll
You
DM
heard it
you
here
after
first.
this.
I am so serious. Let's book this after this
you heard it here
conversation.
first.
I'll DM you right after.
Anyone
I'm
else hear
supposed
this
to be in
first?
Jersey next week, actually.
I heard this first.
Oh
Let's
shit.
do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, it's fucking set. Yo, any closing remarks, boys? It's that time of the night where we gotta keep the shit tight. So say goodbyes.
Fucking okay. Last things. I don't know. Black Lives Matter. Trans Lives Matter. All fucking Black Lives Matter. Fucking. Fuck the government. Fuck the system.
Fuck AP Press.
Fuck all press. Fucking. I love y'all. Love your fellow human. Your fellow American. Whatever the fuck. Fuck everyone.
And go listen to Kaonashi and keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow and Tuesday on your Spotify, Apple Music, or any streaming.
Oh yeah, baby. This was To All the Crowded Rooms of your hosts on the show, J&J, Jesse James Smith, and Jose Bezos Aviles Martinez. I have a long name. It's actually Jose Manuel Bezos Aviles Martinez.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
Jose Manuel Aviles. Fuck!
All right, guys, from J&J, thank you for joining in, and we hope you had fun. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Peace, buds. Adios.